So Clover is on day 2, high anxiety girl, major resource guarder, lots of reactivity, all sorts of other issues. And I really need her to get some exercise. I really need her to play, to give her some outlets for all the stuff that she's experiencing right now. But because she's so stressed, she's so high anxiety, she's really not interested in doing a lot of that stuff. And so I have to really weigh the pros and cons of the types of exercise that I'm going to give her, what is going to move her forward and what is going to set her back. And that's something that I don't think enough people take into consideration. Is the exercise your dog getting satisfying or is it frustrating? Satisfying exercises are where the dog gets to complete something. So they actually get a release of dopamine. So fetch is a great form of exercise. Every time the dog catches the ball, they get a release of dopamine, which makes them feel successful, which makes them feel complete, satisfied, and you'll get a calmer dog after it. Same thing with tug, same thing with frisbee, things like that. Your dog is more satisfied out of it. But I have a lot of owners that come in and say, oh, my dog gets tons of exercise. They run the fence line all day long with the other dog on the opposite side, or they chase the squirrels in the backyard and the birds in the backyard all day long. And yes, the body is moving in those moments, but the mind is getting more and more pent up because the mind is never getting to satisfy the hunting urges or the prey drive or the territorialness that it is exhibiting. And so you get the body that is moving, but you get the mind that is deteriorating because it never gets to satisfy something. So it never actually gets to play with the other dog or attack the other dog or catch the bird or catch the squirrel. And so you have a dog that's been running all day long that comes home or comes inside that's even more frustrated, more reactive, more pent up because it didn't get what it actually needed out of the experience. So with her, I could very easily bring her outside and let her just go bananas. And yeah, she's gonna run in the meantime, but that's going to lend to more reactivity, more aggression, more anxiety because she isn't satisfied. It isn't fulfilling her as a dog. So right now what I'm doing with her, because I don't want to just let her go bonkers, we're doing some long line work, trying to get her to use her nose and explore a little bit more, just pack work together, walking together where it's not a real tight leash that's very frustrating. It's a little bit more exploring, but I'm also not letting her blow up on anything. I'm not letting her get frustrated about the wildlife and such. I'm kind of walking her in areas where there's not a lot of that. And that's going to be our exercise right now. That's going to kind of be our decompression outlet until I can get her to play, which is going to be a much more healthy form of satisfying her and satisfying her prey drives and working through that anxiety than if I were to let her just drag me down the street or fence fight or all of those other types of behaviors. Even though the body is moving, the mind is going to deteriorate into further behavioral problems.